Hello, my little munchkins, crones, and sunflowers. How are you on this Tuesday morning? Yes,
Wow.
Tuesday morning. You know, how you doing, baby crone?
Baby Crone is doing good.
Well, we're going to get right to it. We hope you have a great day, but we really want to get into some information. As you know, this is a pink moon, or if not a pink moon, a wind moon.
Oh, we should have wore pink.
Anyway, that means that what is the baby can't understand these things better than me. Something is in retrograde. What's in
Yes,
Mercury's
Mercury's
in retrograde. You know, Mercury is a very hot planet. Very hot. So you have Mercury in retrograde. And what about the moon?
And the moon is currently in Scorpio.
And the moon is in Scorpio. And so you understand, and what about Pluto?
Yes, Pluto's still in Aquarius.
And you know Pluto is looked at as the death planet, right?
Yes.
But we don't like to look at it as the death planet, even though it is. But it is a planet. It is a planet. It's a very slow-moving planet. But it's also a planet of revitalizing, dealing with the darkness.
Yes.
Pulling yourself up, getting out of it. But before Baby Crone goes into this, let me tell you what I understand about this time. You know, we done been through a lot. We done been through, I didn't want to light it because I don't think we're going to be in here to let it light like an hour. Like, okay. I mean, if you want it lit, you can.
No, that's okay.
Sorry about that. So anyway, what was I saying?
Talking about just talking about the pink moon.
So anyway, so I don't know what I was saying because I was disrupted by her, but I forgive you. Nevertheless, but this is a very good time. But this is what I want to say about this.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. A piece of candy. What I want to say about that, this is a time where be careful. Don't get into squabbles and arguments with people because everybody is going to deal with this differently. And you know, it's a full moon. So the moon lasts about 2.5 to 3 days. Yes. So you got to understand this is an energy that's coming on the earth, and we done been through a lot. So this is a moon that you're going to feel. So if it's something that you haven't dealt with, it might come up.
Yes.
Avoid arguments. Avoid anything that's going to cause a disruption. If you have like a nervous condition or anything like that, avoid being around a lot of people. Anything that's going to trigger you. Stay away for triggers. That is my recommendation for the next 3 days. Stay away from triggers. Now, is there anything else I can say? I don't know, Baby Crone, because I'm going to give it over to Baby Crone, and she's going to give you more of the science of it. Go ahead, Baby Crone.
Yes, although I just would love to touch on about what you was talking about, how if you have any type of anxieties, or even triggers,
mental ailments, and it's the moon. Remember, your body is a barometer, so that moon plays on water. It's energy, and so you got to understand that. You know, you may hear people fighting, arguing. I don't know, because it's not. It won't affect everybody the same. Just like I was affected by the eclipse, a lot of people were. But they didn't understand, but I understood what it was. So this is another thing. It may not affect everyone, and it's going to affect you all, whether you are cognitive of it or not. Yes. That's the issue. And because I'm a sensitive and Baby Crone understands, so yes, we are aware. So those that are aware will be affected because we understand. Yes. Okay. So Baby Crone, go ahead. I don't want to take over because I know this is your zhush here.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. However, I did want to touch on about triggers and the Mercury retrograde, because the Mercury retrograde is still in the sign of Aries, and Aries is all about your ego, your personality, how you express yourself. Even Mercury is all about that too.
So the outer you, excuse me. This is what the world sees, the outer you. This is the sun is the outer you. It's everything with the outer you, reflecting what's on the inside, reflects on the outer you.
Yes. And so because Mercury is currently in retrograde, Mercury likes to focus on the fine details, because it's not the fine details. Yeah, the fine details, because it's just trying to like work so quickly that it could overlook things, because it's just trying to get something done or just get from point A to point B. So with the Mercury in retrograde, it acts almost like an upside down card in tarot, where now Mercury is looking at the bigger picture, being more analytical, trying to be more aware of the environment around you and how that affects you, which is very on theme.
And let me say this.
Okay.
And remember, all these things that go on in the universe, they are not there to hurt you.
No.
It just is. And when we don't understand, so we suffer out of ignorance.
Yes.
When we don't understand, you know. So this really moon plays on the psyche anyway, because it plays on water.
Yes.
See, so we are barometers. We are what, 70-something% water.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's going to play on that. Your body is like a barometer. And if you ever see a barometer where you put the water in, it always amazes me. We have one sitting on our wall. We have blue color dye in it.
Yes.
We fill it like halfway full. And I'm telling you, when it's raining, it fills all the way up. When it's going to rain, you just don't. It's amazing how it works.
It really
but
is.
That's our bodies. So
Yes.
Go ahead, baby Crone.
And then lastly, about the Mercury retrograde is the fact that it's still conjunct Chiron in the North Node. And Chiron is all about those
healing.
Yes, healing those wounds. And so to be more cognizant of triggers around your environment, so that way you can heal yourself and maybe get past those triggers, or if you even understand what triggers you, you're able to help yourself a little bit in that sense.
And what I've learned about Chiron is this. Chiron was a wounded warrior. He was different than all the rest of the Centaurians, you know. Mm-hmm. He was different. And, you know, because of the circumstances in which Chiron was born in. But one of the things that I've learned about Chiron is this. It's a healer. So in order to heal in the way that these gods think, you have to suffer to understand what it's like to be sick and in pain to heal. Yes. So this is why, you know, if you're suffering, you're sick, something is wrong. So to be healed, that's what Chiron is there. He's there to shine the light on your suffering because he understands suffering. So that's where your healing comes in when you are attuned to that. How was that, baby Crone?
Yes, I do like that because it can be very painful.
It can be very painful. And I don't want to downplay that. Not for all. But this is a mighty big world. And it's not just affecting us, is it?
No.
It's affecting the world. Mm-hmm. Okay?
But it just happens to be a little bit more strong in the United States birth
because of where we are. Mm-hmm. And the zodiac. And the line of the zodiac. It's where we are. Is why we're feeling a lot of this too.
Yes. Now, to get down to the science about it a little bit. So this new moon literally comes today, the day that this video is coming up, at 7:49 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And literally what is so great about this is just when the sun sets below the horizon, the new moon, the full moon will just be rising above the horizon. That's just like literally so beautiful. I just think about that.
Because of our view.
Yes, that too. And just the fact that literally you see one celestial body going down and one coming up. Like that you see that. It's just the way I think about it.
We're going to be looking out for it to see.
Yes, we will. We definitely will. Now,
and it's supposed to be pink too. So we'll see.
To represent the first full moon of spring, which is very fitting because, as you guys know, the new moon that we had was a solar eclipse, and we still have those energies following us 2 weeks later. So to look at the chart of what this new moon's going to look, full moon's going to look like. The moon is in Scorpio, and the moon is having a square, which is basically a very hard challenge.
Okay.
You know how like when people say we're going to like square off, it's kind of like that. It's not like they want to fight, but they're like at a discomfort with each other. And the moon is having a discomfort with Pluto, and Pluto is the natural ruler of Scorpio. So whatever this moon is doing in the house of Pluto, Pluto's kind of not liking it, if you want to think about it that way, in this harsh aspect that the moon and Pluto's having. And that could be why we're having a bit more tense emotion. So, and Pluto's all about creating changes and trying to shake things up. So it could be a time to not shake things up. And as we was preaching, to really take a time to look back and analyze your environment before you jump and make quick action like an Aries would.
Just don't allow yourself to let anything bother you for the next 3 days. Just chill. Don't let just knock it off.
Mm-hmm.
Knock it off.
Yes.
It's a trying time.
It definitely is going to be trying.
And if you have a broken place, it's going to shine. So avoid it. Avoid confrontation. Avoid it on work, at home. If you have to isolate yourself, just avoid it for a few days. Just be your better self.
Yes.
For the next few days.
Yes.
And avoid those that are confrontational. This is not a good time to deal with arguments, but it is a time that if you want to heal and you want to discuss, it is a time for healing because we do have Chiron there. Yes. But it's also because you got all these warring and darkness. It's just not a good time.
Yeah, it's going to really bring out those dark
negativity. Yes,
and other people.
And not only that, you know how Baby Crone and I feel. We also know that there are not demons. I don't believe in that. We know that there is dark matter, and that these entities, they lie and wait for an opening to come in,
like this portal.
Like a portal. So, and this is a portal. So it is a portal. So this is like bringing energy, and you got a lot of negative energy in the world. You got a lot of good energy out there too, but you're going to attract who you are.
Yes.
Okay, baby.
I do like that. Now, what is also interesting is that the sun is currently in Taurus. And what's very important about Taurus is all about how, well, first off, it's an earth planet, so therefore it can be materialistic. However, Taurus can also feel, it's actually very interesting that the moon is opposing the sun in Taurus, because the moon is actually very comfortable in the sign of Taurus. And that's because Taurus fits the qualities of the moon. The moon likes to nurture things. The moon likes to feel secure. The moon has like different types of like morals or emotional. And the moon is an earth sign.
And Taurus is an earth sign. A very powerful earth sign is the bull.
Yes. An almost unmovable bull like that. So therefore you could, like your personality, because the sun's in Taurus, you could be very stubborn at this time. Yes. Or not easily moved. So maybe if somebody does get into an argument with you, you just want to feel like you want to stand your ground. You're just going to like keep attacking it until you're like understood. So you're being like a very
and that's because of the moon energy.
Yes.
And you're stubborn. And you and the moon is in Taurus anyway, right? The moon and Taurus is, go ahead.
The moon and Taurus are comfortable with each other, but right now, the moon
what does the moon have with Taurus any other day? Like Cancer, the moon is in Cancer. The moon is in the High Priestess.
Right.
How does it work with Taurus?
Well, if you would think about it that way, Taurus will represent the Hierophant. So that has to deal with seeking higher knowledge and going to somebody to help with your earthly problems.
Got you.
Yes. Okay. Which is very High Priestess.
So the moon, So Taurus, this is a learning moment for me. So Taurus doesn't have anything to do with the moon. Like I'm Sagittarius, that doesn't have anything to do with the moon, but it has something to do with Jupiter.
Yes.
But the way that everything is conjuncting, this is why we have the problem with Taurus.
Yes.
Got it.
Any other day, we probably wouldn't have these issues, especially because we live on a cycle. So every season we're going to be having different planets and different zodiac signs. So it just happens to be this year. This is what we're going through.
And it's
which is why it's special.
And not only that, this is Taurus season.
Yes, it is Taurus season. Literally 2 days in. 2-3 days in. So that is just crazy just thinking about it. But what's also special in Taurus, which we're going to be seeing later this month, well, actually, what just currently is happening is Jupiter and Uranus are forming a conjunction in Taurus. And it is said that this will be a good time for expansion in your finances, because Taurus can be financial. Very good. They can be very good with money. They can be bad with money too. Yes,
depending on where they are.
Right. So depending on how you use these energies this year or even this moment, trying to put towards maybe a career or something that's going to be lucrative for you. Maybe if you're not happy with what you're doing, or if you want to make something grow, now's the time to harness that energy. Remember, look at what's going on around you and how you can benefit from that. But also, do not take quick action just now. It's really just looking, evaluating, and assessing. That's the kind of energy that we're in. Mm-hmm. Just being more cognitive and trying to
don't be so quick to jump the gun. Don't be so quick to jump. Don't be so quick to react. Is what you're saying, correct?
Yes. And honestly, I think with that's pretty much what's going on. The only thing I could really touch on is the fact that Aquarius, Uranus is the natural ruler of Aquarius, and Aquarius has Pluto in the zodiac sign at the moment. However, Pluto and Jupiter and Uranus are actually having a pretty good energy right now. So in that sense, even though we have all this really tough energy going on, Pluto at least has a way to let go of that energy and put it towards something more creative, something more material.
That's the silver lining.
Yes.
Not all is gloom and doom. We're just telling you these things so you can be aware. But not all is gloom and doom. No, we just want you to be aware of the signs of the time.
Yes.
Is that it? Anything else you want to add?
I can't go on without mentioning numerology. Just quickly, it all has to deal with the number 4 as well, because this is the 4th month and it is the year 2024, which adds up to an 8. And that's 2 4s. And also surprisingly, but not surprisingly, when this full moon happens at 7:49 p.m. on the chart, the moon and sun are literally at 4 degrees.
And also understand that these 4s always mean foundation. You are your foundation. Yes. Your body is the foundation of the earth. You are your foundation of the earth. So this is why these things are important. Just, for those that are interested and for those that like to know.
Yes.
We gave you the information because we are the Crones. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, actually. Just the only thing I would really like to say is that April, fitting for the 4th month, has been very energetic for the astrology in the universe, which just shows you how our foundation is really getting shooken up. Also, just a few days ago was Earth Day. Actually, it was just yesterday, which was April 22nd, which is also the number 4. So Earth Day, and we're in the sign of Taurus as well, which is very fitting that Earth Day will be during the season of an Earth sign. So
is Taurus the 4th sign?
No, Taurus is the 2nd sign.
Okay. So it's Aries, Taurus, and then Cancer.
No, Gemini.
Oh, so that's right. So it's I'm learning this: Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo. Am I getting it? Leo? And then I know Virgo.
Yes.
See, I know Virgo, and then Libra. Then after Libra, we have Scorpio, we have Sagittarius, Capricorn, and then we have Aquarius, and last Pisces.
Yeah,
I'm learning them, people. I'm learning them. I feel so proud about me. You don't have to come. You don't have to. I'm gonna pat myself on the back. Thank you. But go ahead.
So because of that, it's very fitting that because the full moon lasts for 3 days. This full moon roughly, this full moon energy could have just been starting up yesterday, and we're just reaching the peak today. So that means all this energy was felt on Earth Day, which we're talking about how this is a new age and how like a new earth or a new vibrations coming to the earth.
It definitely is. Yeah.
So that's very fitting for this energy to show you. And the times, the stars literally told you the round Earth Day that all this new energy is coming.
And also, last but not least, remember another sign that I realized that I just been sleepy.
Yesterday,
I just been sleepy, like heavily sleepy, like just sleepy and like kind of listless, like don't want to do anything. But see, you gotta be, it affects everybody differently. And for you and your mentees, just remember that. Be extra careful.
Yeah, we feel like that after the solar eclipse too.
Yeah, but this time I didn't have, with the solar eclipse, I felt energetic. I felt like I was shot with a vitamin B, with everything. Like I was given an IV of this good juice. This time I feel more distant, withdrawn, not in a bad way, but not in a great way. In other words, I'm not my jolly self, but I'm not unjolly. I just could tell something is off.
I like that.
That is where I am.
That.
Yeah, right. And you was like that. We were going to do this last night, but we fell asleep. And not only that, they don't have a lot of shows on right now. So that kind of throws us off too. So with that being said, I think that's it, baby.
Yes, that is everything to tell you about what's going on literally today.
We'll keep you up on it, So we thank you for joining us. We hope you have a marvelous day. And I'm going to be back to do a reading. And with that being said, I hope you have a great day. Like I said, don't let nothing get on you.
Yes.
Shake it off.
Shake it off.
Or pluck it off. Or knock it off. That's what we're saying. Is that okay?
Yes.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you again soon. And with that, you ready?
Yes. Sunflowers.